What's up guys? How are you doing today? It's Angry Roleplayer and welcome to the updated version of the Holy HAMMERDIN Secret of Light build for Crusader. I specifically wanted to update this build for Season 9 because I am not playing Season 9 but a lot of people do, and HAMMERDIN really got buffed, and we have a new sword, and even though there's a small change like just one sword, I still want to update the build so that the old build won't be as misleading as it is now. So let's just get it done, guys. Let's just get it done. So it's like brand new build for the Secret of Light HAMMERDIN Crusader. Now, first of all, it's a 6-piece Secret of Light set, and your perfect gear will be like this, guys. The ancient set helm. The set helm should look like this: strength, hit chance, and blast hammer damage, guys. In a perfect situation, your helm would be like this. For the shoulders, it should be strength, wit, CDR. CDR is priority here, and the fourth stat should be like life, all rares, or area damage if you want to go like all DPS. But I'll go a bit ahead and say that the Secret of Light and the HAMMERDIN is very squishy, very fragile set, and I prefer absolutely stacking more toughness where possible. So I drop all area damage where I can and just go toughness. All res, life, and armor, anything, just anything, all toughness that you can get. I don't think that area damage must be prioritized on the HAMMERDIN. So I have strength with life and CDR. The gloves should be ancient, strength with hit damage and chance. I don't really think that CDR is really like over important here on the gloves. So if you have just strength with damage and chance on gloves, it's okay. Pants. Now these are the perfect pants. Strength with all res. The boots, strength with all res, and blast hammer damage. Blast hammer is priority. Only the helm and the boots can roll blast hammer damage, guys. The belt. Belt should be the sacred harness belt. Strength with all res, all life, and armor. And the better will be life and all res. We don't really need armor that much as the all resistance. All resistance is always greater for the strength based characters because we lack all res. We don't have intelligence that scales with all res. So we need all resistance, all res everywhere as possible. The chest, strength with and life. Also I roll also life here, guys. And try to get the chest and leave one with the reduced damage from range attacks or from melee attacks. And like if you have both like melee and range attacks in the secondary, it's just fucking awesome. Now the amulet is the set, the endless walk set, and the amulet should be holy, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance. Like in perfect situation. Holy, hit damage and chance. Holy is fucking priority #1 here. The compass rolls should be like maximum damage, guys. Maximum damage. I also have this one, but it's a little worse than this. So even though it has a shitty secondary gold, I still have a ton of critical hit chance already. So I just went to the max hit. Critical hit damage here, and it's basically the maximum DPS compass rolls that you can get. Absolutely. Now the second ring should be Convention of the Elements or Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, and in the build you will most likely see Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac because you need CDR Convention of the Elements here. If you don't have Convention of the Elements where the cooldown reduction, use Obsidian Rings of the Zodiac because it always rolls with cooldown reduction. Also, if you have the Ancient Obsidian Ring, use the Ancient Obsidian Ring and just cube the Convention of the Elements here, guys. As you can see, I have pretty cool Convention of the Elements with CDR maximized, And even though it's not ancient, I also don't have ancient obsidian rings, so just this. Now for the weapon we need Johanna's argument, and for the shield we need God of Johanna. These are two critical items for this build to make it work. And now for Johanna's argument, your stats should be damage, maximum damage, and life on hit. Damage and life on hit. Life on hit is the first top priority here. If you have life per rest span like this one, it's not entirely bad, but life on hit is always better than life per rest span, you know. We dump rep really fast here, so it's not bad. Life per rest span is not bad, but life on hit, you can just, you know, it's just better. You don't need rep to spend rep to hit, to recover life with life on hit. You just hit with anything and you recover life. For life per ref span stat, you actually need to spend ref to recover. That's why it's worth it in general. And so the perfect Johanna's argument should be like the maximum damage. Even, you know, if you have damage and attack speed and life on hit, it is like the greatest weapon that you can get. It has max DPS. It is max DPS. If you have CDR damage and life on hit, it's also great. No. The more CDR, the better, absolutely. Now the shield should be strength with hit chance, and also if you can have life per ref span here on shield, it's also fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. If you have life per ref span on shield, you will have double healing, life on hit here on weapon, and life per ref span on shield, and it's be fucking amazing. It'll be very tough. You see that I don't have life on hit here on weapon. I have life per rest span, so I feel very squishy in the rift. Overall, the HAMMERDIN is very fragile. As you can see, the set have 50% damage reduction on the 4th piece set, and unfortunately, it's just not enough. It's very low damage reduction. And especially it feels, you know, in the 85 plus Great Rift, you just get wrecked. When you have 2-3 elites on the screen, you get wrecked really fast. Always, you know, ranged mobs, you get wrecked, fucked in the ass, you die, and you need a crazy amount of recovery to survive, you know. That's why I have so much toughness and recovery stacked on me. And I don't have life on hit here, so I use this crown, this set helm. You see, I have life on hit here. I dropped critical hit chance here, guys, because, you know, if you have hit chance everywhere, you already have like 60% crit chance, and in general, the higher crit chance you have, the better. But you know, HAMMERDIN has a ton of damage already, so all I need is recovery. All I need is more toughness. And in 90, greater than 90, all you just need is fucking survive this shit. And that's why I dropped a critical hit chance and I went like all toughness. I have life on hit and vitality here, guys, as you can see. So I have life on hit here as well, life per rest span here. And the bracers are this, the Gabriel's Van bracers here, guys. These bracers allow us to fight single target, Rift Guardian, and we are full of ref. We never ran out of ref. It's super fucking amazing bracers, and I hope that, you know, the Roland set will also get these bracers one day, so that it won't suck against Rift Guardian. These bracers, they help against single target, and they are fucking priceless for single target. And try to get as much secondary blast armor stat as you can get. And the stats should be like holy, damage, strength, and hit chance, and vitality. And you see, I went overboard, and I also have life on hit even here. So, you know, I just want to recover as fast as possible. I also have these bracers here with the holy, but I prefer more recovery, absolutely. For the legendary gems, we need the Bane of the Trapped, the Gogok of Swiftness and Bane of the Stricken, guys. You know, Gogok of Swiftness here is like one of the best gems that you can have for the HAMMERDIN, because we need to refresh all these like very often, especially the lowest and the Akaros champion. It's not like I can't set, and the Akaros champion has a very lengthy cooldown, and as fast as we refresh all this, we leave. So we need to refresh all these skills as fast as possible, and Gogok of Swiftness is pretty mandatory for a long time, for fucking ages. Gogok is best. The only third gem that you can need here as well be either Esoteric Alteration or maybe the Gizzard for recovery, or the Bane of the Powerful if you want to go overboard. If you have a ton of cooldown reduction already, you can go overboard and just use the Bane of the Powerful for more damage. So these are like these options here. But overall, Gogok gives us attack speed, higher breakpoints, it gives dodge, and it gives cooldown reduction. It's just one of the best gems that you can have for the Seeker of Light and the HAMMERDIN. Now guys, for the normal gems, you can see I have all diamonds here, all diamonds. Like I said very before in the beginning, HAMMERDIN and strength-based characters, they are very weak on all resistance, and you need all res a lot to survive. And basically, one diamond gem gives us more toughness than one ruby gem. And even though ruby will give us more damage, I came to a conclusion that in very high Great Rift, you still need diamonds, as much as possible resistance to survive these affixes, fucking arcanes, and when the arcane touches you, you are dead. So it's like this, guys. Now in the cube, this is the shit why the build needs to be updated. The Faithful Memory, it was a fucking useless two-handed sword for 5 years, and now it's reworked, and each enemy hit by the falling sword increases the damage of Blessed Hammer by up to 60%, or from 50 to 60% for 10 seconds. And again, and now it has max 10 stacks. So we have up to 600% increased damage for Blessed Hammers. That's pretty crazy, guys. And it's also a global multiplier. So the furnace had to go, and now we have the Faithful Memory here. And during the PTR, things will change a couple of times. First thing happened is the Faithful Memory was uncapped, and now HAMMERDIN had the potential to be in the DPS meta and the 4-player meta, but unfortunately Blizzard decided to cap it to 10 stacks, and it instantly killed all the potential for the group play for Crusader, unfortunately. You can still play HAMMERDIN in groups, it's no big deal, it's still pretty powerful, and 100+ Greater Rift has been cleared for the Greater Rift also. But with anything capped in this game, it immediately kills the group play for you. Like the Fire Bats area here has been buffed, area here has been a major buff again, and it absolutely will be the Witch Doctor now in the groups again. And unfortunately the HAMMERDIN has been killed by the developers when they kept this Faithful Memory. But in solo it got so much better also, and 105 has been cleared on PTR with this exact build by a very high 4000 Paragon player. So it's still super fucking strong, guys. It's still super fucking strong. I cleared 90 with not many augments. I cleared 90 at my low Paragon. It was no big deal really. I could go higher than this, and that's why I listed it as 95, because at the end of the season, when people will get to the higher Paragon, they will get higher augments than me and get better gear than me. 95 is absolutely no problem, and overall the build can clear up to 5 more Great Rifts, 5 to maybe 8 Great Rift higher than before in the previous patch. So it's very strong. Now the Hammers Jammers, guys, Hammers Jammers in the cube. Enemies take 400 increased damage from your blast hammers for 10 seconds after you hit them with blind, immobilize, or stun. And this is the deal, guys. When we fall with the falling sword, this belt, sacred harness, it automatically casts Judgment Rune. Judgment Rune is immobilizing enemies. So when we fall with casting with the falling sword, the belt casts immobilize, and we immediately proc hammer jammers, and the enemies take 400 increased damage from the blast hammers. That's how it works, guys. There's only one trick with this. One trick. There's a new legendary affix, elite affix, and it's the Juggernaut. And if you watched my previous videos, you saw that the Juggernaut cannot be affected by anything. You can't slow, immobilize, stun Juggernaut, affected it with absolutely anything. You can freeze Juggernaut, and you can chew Juggernaut. It absolutely cannot be affected by any control and parent effect. And this is why this Juggernaut also cannot be immobilized. So the Hammer's Jammers just don't walk against Juggernaut, and you basically do absolutely tiny, pathetic, small amount of damage against Juggernaut. So you just need to skip Juggernaut. Don't fight Juggernaut. It's a complete fucking waste of time. Don't even try this, guy. Just run away and try to drag it to somewhere. Just run away completely. There's no reason to fight Juggernaut. It's a complete waste of time. And unfortunately, a Seeker of Light and the HAMMERDIN is one of the only builds in the game that directly suffers from the Juggernaut affix, and it just can't do anything to fight it. Juggernaut takes 30% more damage from all sources, but unfortunately it doesn't help for hammer jammers, because we cannot proc hammer jammers and we just do like 400 less damage. So it's just silly, it's a so small amount of damage, so it's not worth fighting. So guys, the third slot is Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. Like I said in the very beginning of my video, if you don't have a very good conviction of the elements of CDR, you can just switch this and use Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, especially if you have the ancient one. Use this, equip this on your character, and just use conviction of the elements here, guys. Now let's go over the skills, and I'll explain what skill option do you have here, guys. Now on the left button, Blessed Hammer Limitless. This is basically the main damage dealer in our build, and this is absolutely the only rune that you need, guys. The only rune that you need. It basically doubles the amount of hammers that you can see on screen. There's no other rune that can be that good. On the right button, Falling Sword. There's 3 runes that you may need this, and in general, there's no really big difference between these runes. Like, I prefer the Part of the Clouds rune, because it's an extra stun for the enemies, and an extra stun for the enemies means that they will just hit you less, and it's very important. In the high grade rift, the monsters, they attack from all directions and really hard to withstand damage. They just hit you from fucking everywhere. And an extra stun is an extra comparing effect. And as you can remember, we fall with the Falling Sword and the belt casts Immobilize. And on top of that, we also cast Stun. So it's like, an extra controlling effect on top of Immobilize. And it's really good, For example, when the mobs develop, a Immobilize immunity, you can still stun them, because and also stun is the only effect that affects Rift Guardians as well. You cannot immobilize Rift Guardian, but you can stun Rift Guardian, and it's the only effect that works on against Rift Guardian, so that's very good. The only second runes and the third rune that you can use is Flurry. Flurry is also good. It's a holy. It does a little extra amount of damage, and it kind of, you know, incapacitates enemies for 5 seconds. They can't really run away, just an extra control as well. This rune is also good. And the third rune is rapid descent. It reduces the cooldown of falling sword, but it's not that good, really, guys. It's not that good, you know. For the damage reduction of the Secret of Light set, you need to only drop with a falling sword every 8 seconds, and the rest of the time, you need to spin hammers. You need to attack and do damage. You don't want to jump around every 2 seconds. You will be fucking wasting time. You need to drop with a falling sword, and for the next 8 seconds, you need to try and survive. With this rune, you will immediately, almost immediately, you know, refresh your falling sword, and it's not entirely bad for repositioning across, you know, the mobs, the rift on the Oculus rings, but I came to a conclusion that it's not really important, and these runes, they just, you know, add an extra effect and then extra, you know, important. So these runes are still better. You don't really need this one. Now for the laws. One of the best laws that you can use is the laws of Valor Unstoppable Force. You know, the previous version of the build, it used the laws of Valor critical, and critical is still great, absolutely. For the damage, critical is super effective, and this is most likely what you should need to use on the top Great Rift when you will clear really to clear really high Great Rift. You will go critical. But in most cases, Unstoppable Force is the best rune, because, you know, we dump ref really fast, and in a lot of situations I found myself in a situation where I run out of ref and I need to refresh my falling sword, and basically with Unstoppable Force it's just much smoother. It's a much smoother gameplay. You also always have ref, even with, you know, a lot of monsters on screen when you dump your ref, and Gabriel Van Braces, they do not work. You see, they only work when you have 3 or fewer enemies, and when you have more than 3 enemies, you start dumping ref really fast, and this is where Unstoppable Force really helps. It just, you know, it's just smooth gameplay, and Unstoppable Force also means that if you have life per rest spent somewhere on the weapon or on the shield, you will also, you know, have smoother healing. You never have out of ref, and you always heal. I don't have life on hit here on my weapon, so life per rest spent heals me really smoothly with this rune. So I prefer this, and I recommend this at all times. On the top end, if you like feel you're really tough, you're really smooth, you can try the critical rune. The third rune, which is really amazing, is Invincible. If you feel like you're super fragile, you can survive, you need to get used to the build, man, try Invincible rune. It's really great for healing. Try this rune. Now the only different law that you can use is Laws of Justice Decaying Strength. It's absolutely fantastic debuff. When the enemy attack you, they will reduce the damage by 50%, and it stacks up to 5 times, and reduces the damage after 60%. So basically after 5 attacks, the enemies hit like fucking wet noodles. They are very very low damage, and it's great debuff. And it's also, don't forget, there's this belt that casts also Judgment gains the effect of Debilitate Rune. And Debilitate Rune of Judgment is this. Enemies in the Judge Terror deal 40% reduced damage for 6 seconds. And it also stacks with the Decaying Strength. And basically, the enemies reduce their damage by 100% with this rune. And it is great, fucking fantastic debuff. So I recommend this if you need to improve your toughness and surviving even further. But in most situations, you need Unstoppable Force for the massive attack speed and never run out of ref. So the Iron Skin, guys, the Iron Skin Flash, I recommend this for movement. Another good rune here uses Steel Skin. It's also not bad, but This also gives us, you know, an extra movement speed increase for 60% for 5 seconds. And basically, we don't have we don't have steed charge here. This is one of the only Crusader builds that doesn't use steed charge, and Flash helps with the movement absolutely. And Steel Skin is also a decent choice if you want to live a little longer than this. On this we have Provoke, Too Scared to Run, guys. It's also amazing, you know, utility. You taunt the enemies to take you around of you, and the speed reduced by 50% is slowed. So it's like, you know, control and pairing effects again. And it's also our ref recovery, guys. So when you ran out of ref, you cast Provoke, you refresh your Provoke with the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. So it refreshes like really fast. And also, as you can see, the 2-piece set bonus. Every use of less hammer reduces the cooldown of Falling Sword and Provoke by 1 second. So this is like a ref recovery in the urgent situation. We always have this up and we always can refill our ref at all costs. So we just need, you know, an extra control and pairing over the mobs. And the second good rune here is the cleanse. In a good density when there's a lot of mobs around you, cleanse can give you a lot of additional life on hit. You can also get this and, you know, live better. Also live better. And on the last is Acro Champion's Profit. It's a fucking priceless, you know, second life across the rift, and 15 times across the rift you can get second life, guys. And not 10 times. The cooldown is 90 seconds, and across the rift you will get a lot of second life, and it also gains additional 150% additional armor to your existing armor. That's why it scales with the armor really well. And if you have a huge pool of augments, the strength augments, one strength adds one armor, and it all adds and multiplies on top of itself. That's why the Profit rune is absolutely the best among all runes. Now for the passive, it's Fervor, absolutely must have for cooldowns and attack speed, must have, guys. Indestructible, you know, I got a question, why indestructible for softcore? Is it for hardcore? No, man, it's for both softcore and hardcore, and I don't really recommend playing HAMMERDIN on hardcore. It's very hard to live there. But for softcore, indestructible, your second life absolutely must have, you know, it's very fragile setup, you need indestructible. Holy Cost, it heals us for 1% of total life when we deal a holy damage with our Blessed Harvest. It's a great skill. It also increases all out damage by 10%. It's one of the best damage and healing skills that Crusader may have. And finally, we gain strength for every gem that's targeted in our gear, and it gives us around 11 to 15% more strength. And more strength is more damage and also more toughness. Don't forget this. Strength gives armor and armor gives us toughness. And armor scales with the Acro Champion Profit rune, and it means even more armor. And that's why how we live, how strength-based characters they live. Now the only more useful passes that you can get, guys, is the Long Arm of the Lord to prolong the Unstoppable Force. Also a very good recovery passive is Wrathful, so you can use Wrathful here. It's not bad at all, especially if you don't have life per ref spent on your gear. You can use Wrathful and it will completely replenish everything. And the third and one of the best DPS passive that you can may have is Blunt. It's a separate multiply, and overall I calculated, it gives around from 8 to 10% more damage across the board. So don't forget, you can't switch Holy Cause. You can't switch Holy Cause for this. The only passive that you can drop here is Indestructible. So if you want more damage and you have the Balls of Steel, You can drop indestructible and use blunt here for more damage, or wrathful for more recovery. But you know, I cannot do this. I feel like sometimes I just proc fucking immediately when there's multiple enemies attack me. So indestructible is mandatory for me personally. Now guys, for the options, if you don't have Johanna's argument here, like, you know, started playing or just starting playing, you can use any of these. The Sky Cutter, it always rolls with the holy damage. And the second good weapon is the Akinish, the Herald of Righteousness. It doesn't have any legendary powers, but if you don't have the Johanna's argument at all, you can use the Sky Cutter of Akinish, absolutely. In the cube, if you just started playing and you don't have the Furnace or the Faithful Memory, you can use the Akan's Addendum, guys. The Akan's Addendum gives us the profit and the embodiment of power runes. That means that you will already have the profit, so you can change the profit to the Hissful rune and get a little more attack speed. That will help you for some time. As a temporary solution, you can have this as well. It's not bad at all, but you know, it's just a temporary solution. In the end, you will need Faithful Memory above everything else in this game. And also, as the last thing that I want to say, guys, about what are the changes happened when we have the Faithful Memory here. As you can see, it scales with density. And previously we had the Furnace that gave up to 50% more elite damage. And basically now it means that we don't have this 50% elite damage. And what it means is that when we get the Rift Guardian, like, I know, for example, the Butcher or another single Rift Guardian, like the Infernal Maiden, it just takes us twice more time to kill this single you know, Rift Guardians. Faithful Memory doesn't give us elite bonus damage. It just scales with density. And if the Rift Guardian does not spawn any ads, you know, like the Saxtress or Hammerlin, we basically double our time to kill the Rift Guardian. Unfortunately, that's, you know, the only con of the Faithful Memory. Across the Rift, we do, you know, much better progression. But when we face the single elite, a single, you know, champion or single Rift Guardian, it basically, you know, takes double the amount of time to kill this mob with the Faithful Memory. That's the only, you know, disadvantage of this sword, and this is one of the main changes that happened. And at the end of this video, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. When I found this, you know, the Rift Guardian, this all spawns almost no ads, and it takes considerable amount of time for me to take it down, and a lot of time to take it down. So thanks for watching, guys, and be sure to read the written guide on Diablo fans. I also updated the build on Diablo fans. Also upvote the build on Diablo fans, guys. And if you have any question, just ask in the build in the comment section or in the Diablo fans comment section as well. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon very much.
Wait longer. Not ready yet. I must. Patience. Light be down. Not yet. Not ready yet. I need healing. Patience. I enjoyed that. Not ready yet. Patience. Burn in the light. Not yet. Patience. Cower before Zakaru. I need heat. Not ready yet. Not yet. I enjoyed that. Heal me. Patience. Fading. Not yet. Heal me. I wish I could do that. I enjoyed that. Not ready yet. Patience. Healed. Not ready yet. I enjoyed that. Patience. Not ready yet. Not yet. Injured. Like chaff before the wind. I wish I could do that. Not yet. Heal me. Patience. The crusade marches on. Not yet. Patience. I must wait longer. I'm injured. Cower before Zachary. These wounds are deep. Patience. Not yet. Not ready yet. Patience. Had enough.
They should have run when they had the chance.
You require more wrath. By the light be damned. Not ready yet. Not yet. I need healing. Patience. Bad luck for you, friend. Not ready yet. My wrath is low. Not yet. I grow weak. Not ready yet. Strength is restored. Patience. My strength fails. Not ready yet. Patience. Not enough wrath. I need healing. Not yet. Not ready yet.
The Rift Guardian has found you.